Well, what's up, guys? It's a new day out here at the property, and it's a beautiful, beautiful blue sky Texas day. Sun is out back there, pretty bright. There is a good breeze blowing, so I have my jacket on right now, but that'll be coming off pretty quick, I'm sure. Today, we've got some stuff I went on Amazon and started buying. And that was stuff that I needed, I've been wanting to get, and some of it is right here. So I got me some mirrors for the ATV. Got some solar lights here. Pack of 4 of this one. Then I got one really big box. It's like 4, at least 4 of those in size. And then I got some poles to put the lights on. I think I want to line them up back over there along the fence line, going that way a little bit. Bring some light over there at night. And then I got a whole bunch of plumbing supplies here. 1 to fix the RV, and 2 to try to hook up the outdoor sink. Got me some grease for the grease gun. And one other thing that I really didn't need but thought would be cool to have. I had some extra money in the account that I put stuff little in every paycheck that kind of goes to, do I really need this? Or is it just like a toy or whatever? And this was that purchase. I gotten up enough money in there, so got me a little log splitter. So get that together, see how it works. And don't have too many logs to split, but I could get some going. And I've got trees littered out here with old logs in it from when I cut down the trees or trimmed them up. So I might split up some of those. But first and foremost is going to be putting on my plumbing hat and getting the RV, at least the one leak that I know of, so I can get it pressurized again and see if it leaks anywhere else. And then we'll hit up the sink, and then I'll probably hit up the Segway, and then the log splitter. And the lights may go up, do that another day. But for now, let's get started on this plumbing. All right, so I'm just going to get this glued up real quick. And before I get over there, I always need pliers to open these cans of glue and primer. So on the last one, I had this gap right here in between the cap and the adapter here, and that's where it blew out right in the middle. So I'm gonna try to shorten this up a little bit so there's not that big of a gap there. Hopefully it will cut this short without destroying this like that. I don't know if you saw that, it just splintered and went everywhere. Not what I had in mind. It's not very good, but I think it'll work. So we'll just do a little primer there, a little primer there, a little primer here on the cap. This piece is so small it's hard to primer. I was hoping to do this without getting it all over my hands like normal. And since that's got so small, I'm just going to do a little glue on this side, a little glue on the cap. Oh, stick it in there. Squeeze it all the way together and hold it. Just for a little bit. That's good and tight. And my gap is fairly small, so I think that'll be good. Now to go over and install it. All right, over here, gotta open this up, pull this back out again. Where are you at, Clips? So this ain't gonna be difficult at all. Tighten her on real quick. All right, it's good and tight. I think I ought to wait a few minutes. Make sure that glue sets before I pressurize it, because that gets pretty good pressure on it. So be right back. All right, well, I've been letting that dry over there at the RV. I came over here and tried to start laying this out how I want to plumb to the sink. I got my brass valve up here. You can see it, but I'm gonna get it to angle directly over to here. This pipe going down to the bottom pipe coming off the water pump here. So I'm gonna cut it right here, run it straight up, put a 90 down here at the bottom, run it up with another 90, and go right over to the plug. I think that's the cleanest and fastest way to do it. So now the only thing is to get started. Put my first cut in right there. The water's gonna drain out. Hopefully not too much. We'll go ahead and dry fit it all first so I get the right size. I don't know if you can see, I put a, a mark right here on the wall using mud. So I'll go over to there, line that up, put it on my pipe there to cut. All right, got that. Then we'll put another 90, just like that. Then we'll have to go over with the same 3/4 a little bit, so I can get that. Reduce it down to half. Get that. And then all the other pieces already on here. So I'll be just like that. So I know that's a lot of connections, but that's all that I got. So I don't think it matters really how far I go on this. But we'll go over a couple of inches. Like so. Then we got this with our reducer. Put that on. Measure the cut right about there. Just eyeballing it all. So then that'll be to there. That's gonna plug in right there. I can get to the valve to turn it off and on. And I think we're ready to start priming and gluing and screwing it in. So, oh, I keep dragging big old things of mud from my shoes every time I walk off. Then they fall off over here. So we'll get doing that. All right, well, got all that hooked up. Everything, hopefully I glued every spot. So now I'm gonna pick up all my mess here of everything and then go back over and turn the water on at the RV. I am gonna come back once I do pressure test this, put water in it, make sure nothing leaks, that I'll come back in and put something, piece of 2x4 back here to hold this, and then strap the pipe to it. Probably run it right along back here and give it a little way back there so I can get to the valve and turn it off and on if needed, and strengthen it up so it doesn't break, and then I'll wrap it all up. All right, well, time to turn on that water pump. Everybody all right? It's quite a fall. All right, turn on the water pump. Let's hope it goes all right. Here we go. I don't know if you can hear that. Pressurized. Pump turned off. If that's the case, that means that is my only leak was here. And it is no longer leaking now. So I think I want to try to tie this up just to where it's up in the air like that so the water doesn't come down here. Before, this was laying down on the ground on the inside of this hole. So the water just pooled here, and I couldn't, when I blew out the whole system, it didn't blow out. But if I just attach it to here somehow, or maybe even just leave it like that, I feel better attaching it so that it stays up like that. So I might just drill 2 little holes and put a tie wrap around it. So we'll go get a drill and some tie wraps and hook it up that way. Won't be much to see because it'll be all in there, but I'll show you when I'm done. All right, got it all closed up. Went ahead and decided to put the hose up on the inside and just ran a little piece of wire through there and tied it up. It was probably easier to get it through there. Using a tie wrap, that would have been too short. Just much easier doing it that way. And put the cover back on and got the stove back in, and this one is done. So that's at least one passing project. Why are those not clamping? Oh. All right. Turn it sideways, turn it sideways. Turn it down, nothing. Come on now. Is it down now? It's down. Why is it not getting behind there? Oh. All right, looks like the little clips on the inside aren't long enough, but I took off the gas springs that hold it up. Now it locks in place. So it's closed. Now let's go on back over there and look at the other pipe. It may not have been long enough to let it set, so I'm gonna give it a little longer. That's what I should do, because that's gonna be pressurized too. I'm really curious to see. I've had that sink for about 5 years now and never hooked it up. But of course I just got the water pump up, and gravity fed probably wouldn't have done good for that. So I'm gonna let it dry up a little bit longer, and then we'll get back. All right, well, we're waiting for that to dry on the sink. I'm going to try to put on the mirrors real quick for the little Segway here. So hopefully they fit. The rear view mirror shouldn't be so bad. That was a little easier to find. Side mirrors though has got a weird size of bar, but the description said it would fit the Segway, so let's hope that does. This one shouldn't be so bad. Looks like it fits around there just fine. Get the screw going back in. Acting like it wanted to cross thread there for a second. I don't know if it's got any rubber padding to go around the bar. So squeezing it together there, and it seems too big. I don't think it's going to tighten down enough. Nice. I measured it. Promise I did. But it only go in there so far. No matter how much you tighten it down. And it ain't far enough. So, there you go. I got some rubber pads that I can place around there and see if that takes up the space good enough. I'll be back. All right, I got this little roll of thin rubber padding that I use, I guess, to I think when I was putting up the solar panels to go in between the panel and the roof, so it create a little seal. I had doubled this one up. I don't know if that was needed, but that's what I've done for now. And the mirror is going to mount up like that. Boy, that gives you a good old view. Really good view of all. I'm wondering if I need the side mirrors. But let me get this all the way up and see how it looks. All right, that took way longer than I want to let anybody know. And it took a lot of adjusting and moving. I had the clamp over here first. I ended up moving and moving over here. And I think I got a pretty good view now, looking backwards. Little Kimimoto rear view mirror. So now at least I can look behind me and check for the dog, for one. So now let me see about getting side mirrors and to see if I even really need them, because this sees out pretty far on that side, but not this side. But, oh, the wind's blowing. So let me check those out. All right. Here's the side mirrors. They're pretty adjustable, all kinds of different ways and whatnot. I kind of liked it like that because it keeps it small, small foot frame there. And trying to decide if I want it up high like that, where I can see. But I think that just gets in your view right up here to see out that way. And it's close to where you're getting in. You might hit it. The other thing is try to clamp it right down there. That's really out of the way. Yeah, you're not gonna hit that or anything. So I think I'm gonna go down here. Again, this probably be so I started a video in the mirror and that just looked really boring. So I'm not gonna video this. I'm just gonna put it on and show you. All right, there she is, all outfitted with mirrors. Turned out pretty good. They fit pretty good. First one was a little difficult. Well, the rear view mirror up top was difficult, and the first side view mirror was a little difficult, not too bad. Just had to figure it out. And the second one over there, passenger side, went real easy. So now I just got to clean up, and we need to go test that water. All right, got a little cool on me. Let me put the jacket back on. I'm gonna turn back on the water. Go inside, turn on the water pump, and see how we did. Fingers crossed we did good. We got two projects down. Everything got done on those. Oh, I do need to clean out the sink there, and I need to get a bucket for the drain. But let's first power up the pump and see if everything holds. Reach back here, power on. There's the pump running. It's still running. Hopefully it stops running. I did drain out water, so gotta let it catch up. I don't see anything leaking yet. Pump went off, so no water coming down. All right, we're winning so far. Let me get the leaf blower and blow these leaves out, and let's turn on the sink and see if we got water there. All right, got the sink all blown out of the leaves and big stuff. Still dirty, but it's been sitting outside for 5 years. I do want to get some kind of cover to go over the top of this so leaves don't keep coming in. I'm gonna find a piece of plastic for that or something. I looked at Home Depot the other day, but couldn't find anything that I could modify or make into a lid. So I'll try to find just a piece of plastic. I think I saw some on Amazon. But let's see if the water comes. All right, we got water there. It's coming out over there. It's not super fast, but it's something. I can wash my hands off out here, or put anything in there and wash it out. Oh, let's see how the spray nozzle does. Not too bad. Clean out some of the stuff here. Oh, they turned it off. I'm making a mess over there. Can't figure out how to turn it off. I don't know if might need to turn it off and clean out the screen. All right. Well, that is 3 things done. I at least wanted to get the water hooked up to this and get it flowing and make sure it all worked. So I guess I'm not done because I need to wrap the pipes and put some boards behind there and give it a little strap to the pipe so I don't break anything. But and eventually put a drainage pipe. I don't know to go out to where, but or just a bucket is probably good enough. But yeah, I'm winning today. So next thing, get on that. All right. So a lot of this, the wheels, the ram here, the tug piece, mounting all that I did at home. Brought it out here, and now we just got to finish up putting the motor on. I had to keep it down a little bit because of the weight. I couldn't get it all put together there, so it's really just finishing up a few little things here, and putting hydraulic fluid in it, putting oil and gas. Got to hook up the hose, the hydraulic hose here. It's gonna have to run around, leave over like that. Let's get the motor on real quick. Can't see any of the holes. That dropped in, added in, that one in. All right. So I'm gonna get this motor buttoned up. Like I said, get everything put on it. And we gotta turn it on, cycle it. I think it said like 10 times, so that get the air out of the lines. So I'm gonna get that done. All right, well, I've got engine oil, most important thing. Got the hydraulic oil in, and I got gas in. Turn the little switch to on. Turn this to on. This is in choke. I think everything's hooked up, everything's tight. Listo, you want to inspect, or we think we're good? You're not falling asleep, are you? All right, I guess the only thing to do is try starting it up. Let's see what happens. Okay, let it warm up for a second. I'm gonna cycle it
And then I gotta take the cap off the hydraulic and see if it's got any air, and then recheck it and fill it, grab a log and try to see if it'll split. All right, well, I ran it for a little while, cycled it, and put some more hydraulic fluid in. I think the paperwork said it's 1.6 gallon tank. I put in 2 gallons, so I guess the other 0.4 gallons went through all the hoses, because it's just reading on the dipstick. Recheck the oil, and everything looks good. So now, Bristol, get out of there. You don't need no oil. Goofball. So now I'm gonna fire it up and try to split a couple of logs real quick and see how this thing works. Oh, I'm pretty excited here. Let's see. Turn it on. All right. Well, that was pretty fun. And no splitting logs would be that fun. I guess if you don't have to do it with the old axe, that would be some work. This is pretty easy, just carrying the logs around. The little thing did good. It's been burning off, the new, and it's not too loud or anything and runs pretty good. So I'm sure it was probably, make sure I turn the volume down before for the when I upload it, but yeah, I'm pretty pleased. So now I just got to go and pick up some stuff, and it's starting to get dark, but I'm exactly where I wanted to be by this time. Doesn't happen often. Got that all together, got the water leak on the RV fixed. I got the outdoor sink hooked up and no leaks. I still need to fine tune some stuff on that. Got this running, split some logs. I mean, these are extremely wet logs too from when I just cut down that tree last weekend. So they're not good for firewood yet. Except for this one, you can see this is where that thing was rotted down. It was good on this side, but this is where it had split, and it's all black, right? Because it was rotten. That tree was just gonna, it had to go. So, yeah, I'm pretty thrilled. So, I think I'm gonna call it for today. It's getting dark. I'm gonna make sure I get my fire. Maybe I'll work on those water pipes a little bit, wrap them, but I think that's gonna do it for now. So, till next time, later.